my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back for a very exciting video, and we'll be reacting to 2 music videos from one of our favorite groups, ATEEZ.
Yes, so ATEEZ released their new album today, and alongside it, they have 2 music videos. One of them was released last week, so that one was called Turbulence, Korean title Yagan Bihang, and then one of them was released today alongside the album release, the music video for Mutt the Real. So we'll be reacting to both of those. That being said though, we did react to the Turbulence music video last week when it first came out. We just never released the video, so we're just gonna combine the 2 today just to clear up any confusion. But obviously we've watched the teasers in advance for both of these videos and are super excited. So that being said, let us go! I do have subtitles on. No, I do not. Okay, now I do. Yeah, it's an emotional song.
Yeah. You put it on airplane mode.
Ah. Stop. That line is really pretty. I'm also like, how much should I talk?
I know. Apologies in advance if we're kind of quiet.
Yeah. Electric. Dang.
The lyrics are so, like,
Yeah.
right on point.
Oh, wow. That just in the background. Oh, yeah.
I really love Mingi's scene because it looks like he's on stage on the roof.
Oh.
Ooh.
Acoustic guitar.
So is this like, because you know there's different versions of ATEEZ in the storyline. So it's like reality versus like...
Oh right, is this part of the storyline?
I assume if it's a title track. It reminds me a lot more of the... We'll talk about it later.
Oh, the line in the background is cool. Wow.
Did we get left behind?
Oh no. Huh?
No.
Wow. Magic.
Is he gonna make it? Beautiful.
Where's the closure? His high note does not have closure.
Was that Wave?
It sounds like it, kind Okay, so since this is a clearly more like storyline music video, there's no dance to it, and it's a more emotional song, we are doing this conversation style. That being said, Peyton, do you want to start?
I'm sad. I'm smiling because I'm like laughing at how emotional I am. But like while I was watching it, I was actually getting so sad. Especially at the end when Wooyoung started running. I don't know. The emotions in this are very real and very relatable, I think, for young adults, people in their 20s. Which is the point. Maybe that's why I'm sad. But like we did see Mingi's contribution to the lyrics was written about like the anxiety and like feelings that you have when you're like in your 20s. And it feels like something you would think about when you're in a slump, like trying to get out of the slump. And then when they all started running, I was like, is this the feeling that like you're being left behind by all of your peers? Like as you see people doing different things. How deep are we getting here? Because I'm just gonna keep talking till you interrupt.
Well, that could be like the feeling of being left behind, but also I was thinking about like the anxiety that you feel, like your heart racing from running versus your heart racing from like anxious feelings.
I mean, it's beautiful. Like, it's really sad, but it's beautiful.
The song is really pretty. I was, like, intrigued that they're using so many different forms of guitar.
I could tell you were intrigued. Electric.
Acoustic? No, yeah, because, like, in the chorus, they're using, like, the electric guitar, especially for, like, the strong singy moments, and, like, the electric use makes it feel sort of anthem-y. Like, especially towards the end of the song, you definitely get the anthem feeling. From the percussion, it's, like, the boom, da, 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 da feeling, but like earlier in the song, is it more pre-chorusy or like beginning of chorus? They're using acoustic guitar. I know during Mingi's initial rap part, not when he's going back and forth with Hongjoong, but like Mingi's solo rap part, they start using like strings, like you hear sort of violin in the background, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I feel like if you just look at the different string instruments that they use, that in itself sort of outlines the storyline, like what's associated with each instrument, because strings are more like sentimental, yes, but also they can bring this more like anxious energy since they are higher pitched and there's more of like a sharper tone to them. But then like an acoustic guitar, a lot of times like when I hear that, especially since it was just strumming, I think of like campfire, so like with other people, and it is more subdued emotions. And then electric is also more extreme and like an edgier tinge to it, so it's kind of like the cry out outpour. So yes, I was intrigued by the different uses. And then also you hear like the electric bass, which like I guess is kind of a guitar.
So you just talked about the storyline and the music, but if we're gonna I never try to connect everything back to the AT storyline because it's just too much.
Yeah.
But you can see some of the connections. Like I started to say during the video, and then I was like, I shouldn't be talking over this. It feels inappropriate. When you think of like the different versions of ATs, this reminds me a lot more of the story films that they did when they all had like their individual stories and they're separated and it's like they're trying to get back to each other as like they're running and everything. So I felt like this was tied into that section. And we know that it's connected because it is Wave at the end. But I don't know. I also just was having this thought about how in their music videos where they're together, they're always so much like brighter in color, like this coming right after Eternal Sunshine, which is just like bright, and then you have them by themselves here and it's like dark, angsty, sad. But yeah, that's all I got. It's lovely.
They have a lot of background vocals this time. I'm distinctly thinking of like when it first comes in, you know, head voice, and there's a harmony, and then the line is sort of call and responsey. The response is more like mixed chest voice, like stronger, which is sort of the opposite of what you'd usually hear. Oh my gosh, there's so many implications of that. I think the last thing I was gonna say was, I said it in the reaction to Jungwoo's high note at the end that's like going up all the notes ascending. It doesn't have closure. Like it doesn't resolve. Like the last note that he sings is a note which like if you look at like different scale degrees in like the scale for whatever key you're in, each scale degree in music theory has like a different function, and that scale degree is like one of the most that calls for resolution. So it needs to call back to like a note that will help it resolve, but it doesn't, and the implications for that are astronomical. Like crying out, someone help me like resolve this scale. Okay, now I'm done. I also really liked it, and emotions.
Okay, so for the second video that we'll be reacting to, we will be watching the music video for Mot, the real version. So it's like a slightly new version. Yeah, let's just get into it.
I just realized how long this video is. Wow.
It's a long video.
Yes,
Not
they
gonna
have their
lie.
own high school.
I kind of half expected it to start with the leaders.
Oh, like the Kingdom performance.
이게 바로 무신기라.
So yeah, we both clearly know this song after it was released for Kingdom. Wait, I can't read all the writing that quickly.
Yeah, all the stuff on the back. The
Dang
whole
it.
video is just different, like, sayings and things.
I know. My mind doesn't register it quickly enough.
All
Oh,
the subunits in this. 성화!
이런 게 바로 무신기라.
Yeah! Do you
I feel
think
like
the
this
little
reaction-
kids are gonna be in this?
I really hope so. Oh, he finally is doing his part.
What did it say?
Oh, I didn't see. Dang it.
Oh, his smile!
반?
What?
만화 같아.
The leaders!
Oh
The
wow.
leaders we are.
Is there
little,
just
like,
a cat
Yoda.
back there? Oh my god, it was like the soft smile cat.
정윤아.
이것이 무엇이여?
예.
Are you gonna say it every single time one of them does
Yeah.
it? Okay.
I'm sad we haven't seen Yeosang do his center part. Why are you watching, babe?
Wow. We're only halfway through the video. I don't
know.
understand what else they're adding to this.
It's so good to see Mingi in the song. What's gonna happen?
There's a baseball. He has superpowers.
춤 들어가요.
He's got the big paintbrush.
Oh yeah, yeah, he does. It's like, you know the video game characters? How like they each have their weapons? That's what's making me think of. What in the world?
Yes! Yeosang's controlling this somehow because it's related to the AT storyline. I just don't get it. Huh?
까마귀 소리. Like his 개인기. It's a book.
Well, something.
I don't know.
Oh, this kind of looks like the Plurinoria set.
Does it? Oh, wow. He has a hat as a pin. Like, you know the hat?
Yeah. The drama!
Yarjang, yarjang. Oh my god. Are all the
Passion!
sayings just memes? Because that's the meme.
Oh.
Aww. The like double drop, delayed drop.
이런 게 바로 멋입니다.
Yes, 제종호.
Oh,
But no apple.
사과 어딨어?
Oh, they all bowed this time.
Aww.
Oh!
I was gonna say, is it credits? Yeah.
That's kind of like...
Bloopers.
Why bang?
I still didn't see what the book said earlier.
They're so cute! There it is!
Oh, there we go.
Since they performed this as their finale on the show that must not be named, you can all probably guess we're not going to do a lot of comments for this because we already have a reaction and the comment section where we like broke down how it relates to their lyrics, the different like sayings that they have, the dance, the song, all that stuff in our reaction to that show. But we're still going to say a couple of things. So Anna, anything you'd like to add?
I guess to start off, we did talk about a lot of the references in their performance on it for the finale of the show that they were on, but they had like other meme references in here too that weren't in the live stage performance. So like one of them I pointed out at the end was like the 열정 one, because I know 열정 means passion, yes, but also that's just like a meme sort of saying in Korea right now, that 열정, 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 that you probably see a lot of stars reference on variety shows. So little things like that were sprinkled throughout, and like a lot of puns because their pun game is strong. I'm pretty sure the book that Minky had in like his waistband was also like a pun for something, but I wasn't able to read what the text was.
They also referenced like during the bloopers, the ending fairy thing where people would like pull out something. When Jongho pulled out the mug, he was like, they're so cute. They're also cool. I guess that's a better thing to call them for this song.
Alright, cause mud. But they're so cute.
They're so cute.
Can you believe we're seeing this live in a month and a half?
Yeah. Bruh, you just read my mind. I was about to be like, this is gonna be so lit live.
Right. By the way, we're going to the ATEEZ concert when they're on world tour.
Yeah, if anyone's going, let us know. I liked for this one how it made it feel like for the dance, the choreography is almost the same, but I liked how they had broken it up into the units. It made it feel a lot grander and a lot bigger because you just had so many more people like coming together at the end. It makes it feel like a bigger festival party. Bigger impact.
I was gonna say, like, the audio, they already released an official audio for, like, that show's sort of album that they have for each week, but it still feels different. Like, some of the silences are longer in the music video, so I wonder if it's like that on, like, the album version. Probably not. It was probably just for, like, creative effect.
No, I feel like it probably is, because this is a version for, like, copyright reasons.
But, like, there were some instrument parts that sounded slightly different, like,
yeah,
the different styles. So I don't know if they would like make the silences that long, because it just feels weird to have a silence that long when it's just audio versus like in the music video for like storyline effect.
That's true.
Because you know, like when Seonghwa opens the door, that's really long.
That was a really long silence.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that long of the actual song, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of that moment though, when he opens the door, because it's my 동갑's the kupal, right? Matt.
Yeah.
Hongjung on the side, and his head is just like this, like looking at you, and his facial expression reminds me of like the soft smile cat that you see later.
Yeah. I like can't talk about the dance because it's hard to say anything when I've watched it so many times, and like you could tell I was dancing along with them. But storyline, you can tell that it's connected to the AT storyline, as all of their title tracks are, because like even the classroom that Mingy's in kind of reminded me of the story films, like when he almost gets in the fight and then Yeosang is controlling something and he, you know, he's related to the Cromer and he had the black hat on and he's like watching from afar. I was like, what is your role here, sir? Smart teenies, please let me know.
Why do the four of them have superpowers?
Or is it only
for this video?
Like, the Wonder Twins was a show when I was younger where like two people had rings, and when they went like this, it was like Wonder Twins activate, and it was when they were together they had powers.
Yeah,
I was like,
but why is it just four of them?
Because it was one of each unit, so was it like the chosen representative?
What do you mean each unit?
Because they were split into duos.
Oh, that's what you
yeah.
mean.
Anyways, this was lit.
Yeah, if you want to see like actual constructive comments for like the song and performance, once again, look at our reaction to when it first came out on that TV show. But I guess we should TLDR here.
TLDR for this reaction then is ATEEZ. Congratulations on another comeback this year with another album this year. You've wrapped up the Fever series. That's awesome. Congratulations. Took us on an emotional roller coaster. It was split over a week since we filmed Turbulence last week, but we're still feeling those lingering emotions, and the reel is just a party, and we had a great time reacting to both for very different reasons.
And we're super excited to see them live.
Oh yeah!
But if you'd like to talk with us more about ATEEZ, about this new release, let us know if you're going to the concert or not. That would be exciting. And then feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!
Bye!